Hey guys, throwing this in here from my couch. I am watching, I think it's a relatively new documentary series on Disney Plus called Behind the Attraction. Season 1, Episode 1 is about the Jungle Cruise, and I'm just watching this because I enjoy documentaries on Disney. They're talking about the waterfall joke, so if any of you guys have wrote it, when you get around the tiny little waterfall they say, introducing the backside of water. And that was the chapter that I just read. The title of, I want to say it was chapter 6 or so. I'll double check that. But that was the title. Like, the title didn't make any sense when I read it. It wasn't funny or nothing. Ironically, same day, watching this documentary, is that really where she got the title from? I have so many mixed feelings about this because I'm like, why are you pulling something from Jungle Cruise for Hercules, but also kudos to you for pulling something from Disney outside of Hercules and using it. But I still think it's kind of a weird title that doesn't really make sense. But what a coincidence that I'm watching that episode right now. Same day. I guess the stars are aligned, and that is not from a Disney movie. Hey guys, welcome back to the Go the Distance read-along. We are starting in chapter 7, trying to make a lot of progress today. And Meg is going to see Phil, ask for his help with her quest. What color would you say Meg's hair is?
From the movie? Mm-hmm. Chestnut.
Closer to red or closer to brown?
Brown?
Yeah. This is written from Phil's POV. He's saying she has red hair. And I feel like I would have accepted chestnut before red, because red's a very specific color, and it doesn't...
What if he's colorblind?
He's describing that his bottom half is auburn, yet he can't say she has different colored hair than red? If he can see auburn...
You know the inside the Seder? You know how they work?
I'm just saying, if he knows what auburn is, he should know the difference between red and brown. Since auburn would have been closer, because it's more brown. It's not red, and now he just keeps calling her red. Even though he knows her name. He knows Meg's name.
Does he? Already?
Why wouldn't he?
Has he already met her?
It starts at the end of the movie, so I don't see why he doesn't. He just keeps calling her Red. And she kept calling Pegasus Peg in the last chapter. And that was annoying because it was Peg and Meg. I don't appreciate it. Now the question is, does he call her Red in the movie? We're not sure. We can kind of picture it happening, but I'm not sure if we're just envisioning that. So we'll have to watch the movie at some point. Alright, so Phil doesn't want to help Meg out at all, really, but his curiosity is getting the better of him. And once he finds out what Meg's quest is, he inadvertently kind of helps her figure out the next part. So she plays the flute and Athena shows up, because it is Athena's flute. So now, we're on to chapter 8, and we're back in Meg's POV, it looks like. So we shall see. We shall see why Athena is not happy that she has her flute. Right, so after a discussion between Athena and Meg, Meg is still unsure what she wants, which is kind of what Athena was trying to make her admit. The whole commitment to becoming a god and staying with Hercules when that's a lot of responsibility, and she hasn't even known Hercules that long, is what's making her weak. So the next part is she has to go to the underworld to retrieve a soul, and this we can reference back to the blurb, is going to be I guess it's the soul of her ex-boyfriend's lover person thing. That lady. Or maybe it's the boyfriend, I forget. And of course she mentions specifically the Sharon the Ferryman and Cerberus guarding the underworld. So I bet she's going to have to play the flute and make Cerberus go to sleep. I bet that's going to be part of it. That's what I'm saying. We don't have a unified opinion over here, but let's find out. Apparently the title of this video is, Does Meg Really Have Red Hair? Because the next chapter is back in the past and just explaining that she was drifting from town to town because anytime she recognized something from her old life that reminded her of her mother, she would leave. One of the things that kind of reminded her of the past and made her want to leave was the way a small girl with red hair called for her parents. And I'm just like, I don't think it's red. It's gonna bug me. Aha! 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 So, in this chapter, she meets her ex-boyfriend, Aegeus, who is a masterful lute player. And they start playing together and doing performances and whatnot. And one night while they're together and he's complimenting her skills, he says, someday your skill may help you put Cerberus to sleep. Ha! Will it actually happen? Still a question, but I think I'm on the right track. I think Aegis falls sick and is really about to die, but after asking all the other gods, Meg finally turns to Hades, asking for his help in exchange for her soul, and she's pulled down into the underworld for the first time. Thankfully, Hades is Hades from the movie, and he's got all of that attitude that we love. So I've been cruising through a few pages with him talking, just being like, this sounds like Hades, this is what I was expecting. Yes. The one part that's kind of sticking out is in his whole introduction of what she's going to do. We've got about a couple pages, right? Up here in his monologue, he mentions that he needs someone up on Earth to do a bit of housekeeping. She reacts, he says stuff, and then when she finally reacts again, well, her first reaction was just like, I'm in the underworld, I'm in the underworld. She holds on to that word Earth that he mentioned, which I had to reread to figure out where he even said Earth. So it was up here. And she's like down here. And then on the next page, he still hasn't repeated it again, but when it comes back to her thoughts, she's stuck on the word Earth, which I know it necessarily wasn't established in the Greek culture, I guess. The world is still flat or something. I feel like we're putting way too much emphasis on something that may not matter as much. But at least Hades is Hades. That is the important part. Oh no, typo. Major, yes, definitely this one is a typo for sure. As far as story development, Meg has performed her tasks for Hades. She's about done and ready to head back, but time passes much quicker or I guess it's passing quicker up on Earth than it is in the underworld. So a lot more time has passed with Aegeus, and Hades finally shows Aegeus with his new girlfriend lady, and the sentence is, or I'll have to read the one before it, I guess. So they were talking closely and he nuzzled his cheek close to hers. The woman planted a kiss on his lips instead of then the woman. The woman. Page 111, guys. This one is confirmed typos. The others I think might be more of my inclination, but definitely typo. Chapter 10 was basically Meg coming to terms and accepting the rest of the quest, which starts with visiting Aegis and learning about Katerina so she can find her in the underworld. She and Phil are teamed up, they have a little time to prep, and then they are off on their quest. So I'm going to take a temporary stop for now. If this is the end of the video for today, look forward to the next. I think I'm going to add a little bit more to this read along. It's like 10:30 at night and it's couch time, so I'm sorry if the lighting is bad and the angles get all weird, but I'm going to do maybe a couple more chapters. I kind of got a bunch of different things done today, but like my goals for the rest of this month of September were to read the rest of Go the Distance and finish the read along, then finish listening to the audiobook for Desolations of Devil's Acre, which is the final book in the Peregrine series, and I finally get to listen to it. Thank you, library. Thank you, months later. And try to get maybe 10,000 more words written for the sequel. maybe. I hit 30K today, which is, I'm not going to hit my like 50 to 60K goal, but that's fine, and I'm getting off topic, I know, I'm sorry, but it's late and that's what happens. So I'm going to try to get at least a bit more in before the end of the month, but this is one of my goals, so we're going to do a little bit more of that tonight. I will say that Jen has done a good job making the reader not really like Aegis. So I guess the week that she spent, or the week that she had counted, was week in actual time, and within that span is when he got with Katerina, the new love interest, and they even built their dream home, which is what Meg and Aegis wanted to do. So it's like, alright, he kind of turned on that pretty quickly. I don't really like him. However, I don't want to help him either. So, yeah, why? Yeah, I don't like him. Alright, so Meg and Aegis are now having a conversation, sort of. He's a really big crybaby, like uber, like just crying the whole time, blubbering more than his baby. So Phil takes the baby away so they can talk. And she's accusing him of abandoning her as soon as she was gone. Like, how did he not realize the connection as soon as he, like, was cured? And he seems really confused by everything she's saying about what she saw, like, of him and Katerina getting together. My brain was like, ooh, possible twist. What if Hades messed with Meg's memories and planted that new story to make her more angry and serve him, and etc., and also make Aegis the victim as well. But of course, we can't finish a conversation without somebody storming off, aka Meg rode off on Pegasus. So, not confirmed, not sure I'm wrong. I think it would be an interesting twist to have Hades more involved with that, but we'll see. I'm gonna move on to the next chapter. Meg just used one of the orchid petals to summon Hercules. He gave her the orchid before she left Olympus, and I can't remember if it had 6 or 8 petals. Like, it was a really low number because she could only call for him so many times, which we know she's going to use all of them. Or else, what's the stakes, right? And this is just throwing me off. She explains to him everything that's gone on and tells him that she has to go to the underworld to get Aegis's wife's soul. He's telling her she can't, like, Hades won't let you go again, it's impossible, and to save your former flame's new wife, that's mad. I'm okay with Meg saying former flame. Feels like a Meg thing. Not feeling like a Hercules thing. I just don't think that phrasing is accurate for his character. Just wanted to point that out. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think Hercules would use the phrase former flame in, this sense? Do you? Okay. So Hercules is already suspect about this whole 1 week thing. And now I'm kind of thinking maybe I was right. The time was different. Meg goes on to tell him, like, Hades showed me them together 7 days after I got to the underworld. After that, he'd make me watch scenes of Aegis and Katerina together at night, like it was some sort of performance. And my mind immediately did not think that should be in there. Was it intended to be what it sounds like, and, private moments? Because that's not only awkward, but that's not Disney. What? No. I'm just gonna say my brain took a dip in the gutter on that one. That might be on me. But really, what else is going on at night? Dinner. They're making a nice dinner together. And he's playing music and things. Okay. Little redemption, at least, or not necessarily redemption for Aegis, but clarification. What happened? It was 2 years after Meg disappeared that he eventually found Katerina, and he had built his and Meg's dream house as a memorial to her and all that. So, okay, he was not a bad guy, I guess. He still didn't go to the underworld, which he said he would. Okay, Aegis has spilled all the beans, so we can empathize with him. Meg also realized that Katerina was nice, and she displaced her hatred without cause, essentially. Everything was Hades' fault. The flood, which destroyed his old house and killed Katerina, was caused by the Titans and the gods when they were at war. So that's our connection to Meg and why Hera obviously wants this quest to happen. Because obviously Meg was part of the whole, like, helping Hades to release the Titans, etc. She's picking up notes to remember to try to figure out a way to find Katerina in the underworld. So we just finished chapter 14. We're a little bit over halfway. That's like 166. Oh wait, maybe we are halfway. We are halfway because there's 330 pages. So we're halfway through the book. Very nice. Good twist. I guess everything that just happened with Aegis's things being revealed and Meg's commitment to the quest now was our midpoint twist. Makes sense. I think that part was really well done. Overall, I mean, I'm enjoying the story. I think there's just little things here and there. Like Meg having red hair. I wouldn't have used that color to describe it. That pull me out of the story and I feel like I need to share. But otherwise, so far, I think the story is going well. We'll see how the second half goes. Halfway through my first read-along. Not gonna lie, I don't know if this style of read-along is something I'll continue, just because if I'm into a story, or if I just have free time, like, I don't want to have to be like, oh, I gotta film it. So I have to find my lighting, find everything, which is why I've been getting a little bit more casual with it. I'm sure I'll find something else to do. Obviously, I will be reviewing What Once Was Mine soon, and whenever I finish that, but we'll have to think of something else for the next read-along sort of thing. Maybe it'll just be like a deep review. I don't know. But anywho, I'm gonna let you guys go, and I'm gonna get ready for bed or something, I guess. It's about 11:30. I probably should. Thanks again for watching. Sorry I've been rambling a lot today. A lot's been going on. And I will talk to you guys in the next video. The puppies are sleeping. Not that it matters what volume I talk at. Hi, sweetie. You want to say goodnight? You guys want to say goodnight to the Tundra? You going to bed, sweetie? That's your brother's bed. That's your brother's bed. Boy, I'm so tired, Mom. Okay. That's her bed. But that's her brother's bed. But her brother's over there. So, yeah. Puppies are going to bed, and I'll talk to you guys later.